It's international break, and it's been wonderful. I couldn't have asked for a better way to go on a 2-week break than the way I am right now. Arsenal beating Manchester City. We're joint top of the league. It's just been wonderful, wonderful. I can relax before, if you go into the international break after a defeat, there's a little bit of a downer. You can't really enjoy your time, but I am. And this video is all about the Super Eagles. So my boys will be taking on Saudi Arabia, and we're playing Mozambique. I think sometime next week. We'll play Saudi Arabia tomorrow, and I'll be focusing on the team list, all the players that made the team, talking a little bit about a couple of them. But the focus will be on the front line, because it seems like we're very spoiled with the amount of options that we have. A lot of our strikers are doing very well in their various clubs. So I'll be focusing on them. Let's get into it. So the players that made the squad for this 2 weeks are Francis Uzoho, our goalkeeper, Adebayo Adeleye, I'm not quite sure who this guy is, and Olorunleke Ojo. And I think we just called him Maduka Okoye, who was the one who made that error. And he's never played for us again after that. But he's been called back. I'm happy about this. He's been given another chance. And I think this is one of the positions that we actually struggle. We don't have quality goalkeepers anymore. Ever since Vincent and Yama, we've been struggling to find a good replacement. Back to back, we've had people who've made errors and cost us games. I'm not quite confident about any of these goalkeepers, sadly. And the defenders, we have Bright Osei Samuel. I'm going to mess this guy's name up because it's tough. Jordan Torunariha. Sorry. Ola Aina, my boy. But I think Ola Aina got injured, and he was replaced by Tyrone Boy, who plays in Italy. And who else do we have? We also have Kenneth Omero, the legend, the veteran. Funny story is that I've met this guy a couple of times. He was an Abuja boy. I've met his brother. I've actually played football with his brother, his younger brother. Bruno Onyemachi. I'm actually interested to see this guy. I haven't seen him play at all, I don't think. So I hope he gets a chance to, show what he's got. Semi Ajayi, my guy, he plays for West Brom, defender. Calvin Bassey, who plays for Fulham. He hasn't really had, he has not nailed down a starting role at Fulham yet, but hopefully he comes in. And Jamilu Collins, he actually was called, but he got injured, and then now they've replaced him with Awaziem. Awaziem is also another defender who plays. I think he plays in Portugal now. Our defensive line is not great, to be honest. We don't have any proper big name forward who's, doing the business in the highest tiers of football around the world. But they're decent. They're not bad players at all. In the midfield, we have Wilfred Ndidi in Leicester City. Rafael Onyedika. Where does he play? I'm not sure. I think he plays somewhere in Belgium. Joe Aribo, who used to play for Southampton, but I think he might have left. Aribo, where you play at now? So Joe Aribo still plays in Southampton. I was right. This player's got relegated last season, so I haven't followed up as much as I should. I just haven't had the time. And who else? Frank Onyeka, who plays for Brentford. Alexi will be my boy. Isayodele Bashiru. We haven't seen. I think he might be making his debut for the Super Eagles. Forwards, Kelechi Iheanacho, Samuel Chukwueze, Moses Simon, Ademola Lookman, Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface, Taiwo Awoniyi. But I think Taiwo Awoniyi got injured. Yes, Taiwo Awoniyi got injured, and he was replaced by Sadiq Umar. Sadiq Umar played for Real Sociedad, who had that terrible injury at the start of last season when they bought him, and just started coming back into form. And he hasn't really scored any goals this season, but he's played a couple matches, so he's back to full fitness. And hopefully he gets to play. Who else did I miss? Terry Murphy as well. So for this video, I'll be focusing on our forward lines because it seems like we've just been spoiled. And I don't know if a lot of you have seen these boys play, but we do have quality up top. Our strikers have been on form this season, even the Taiwo Awoniyi. I'm going to take a look at some of the stats and see who I would want to start and who I feel like deserves the most chance. Let's start from Kelechi Iheanacho. Well, maybe I'll skip him because he has been playing not as a number 9. He's playing like a supporting striker, like a center attacking midfielder for us in the last few games that the Super Eagles have played. So maybe I'll not focus on him too much, but he's played 11 games this season, 4 goals and 1 assist. I don't think I'll be starting him as my top 9 if I had another option. And we definitely do have another option in Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen is the 24-year-old Napoli striker who has been doing incredibly well since he signed for them. He's their star man. Him and, there's another kid on the left wing, Cavalasteria or something. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his name, but he's also been doing well with Victor in Napoli. So Victor for this season has had 8 appearances and 6 goals. 8 appearances, 6 goals, 0 assists. That's incredible. He's scoring in, 80% of the games he's played. So that's a good stat. Obviously, I would pick him over Kelechi Iheanacho. I'm moving on to somebody that I want to spend time on. I want to spend time on this boy, Victor Boniface. So this is the kid that I want to focus on. The 22-year-old Victor Oko Boniface. Now, I think this boy is a special, special talent. I'm being honest. If I was Mikel Arteta and Arsenal, as a fan, I want them to take a serious look at this kid because I think he has something very special. He's big. He has pace. He's very powerful. He's not just big. He's powerful. And he has skills. I think the difference between him and Victor Osimhen is that Victor Osimhen is very pacey and very strong and very powerful and very direct and very aggressive. But you would argue that Victor Osimhen doesn't have that flash. Like he can't really, do the fancy footwork and then score a goal. He's more of a direct, give me the ball, I'll push it to one direction and bang. Which is very effective. Don't get me wrong. It's very effective against everybody that he's played in. He had an incredible season last season. But Victor has all of that. And then you sprinkle the little fancy footwork. I'm very impressed with him. I've seen him a couple times this season. I don't focus too much on the German league where he plays. He plays in Bayer Leverkusen. I don't watch too much of him, but every time I've turned on the TV to take a look at this guy in the Champions League or in the Bundesliga, he has very much impressed me. I watched him against Bayern Munich in like the top of the table clash, and he impressed me so much. He didn't score in that game. He actually missed a couple chances, but you could tell that it was just maybe the rawness, just being young. But I think this kid is something special. If he has the right manager and the right players around him, which I think he does in Bayer Leverkusen, don't get me wrong, but I am an Arsenal fan, and I think the right manager to handle this guy is Mikel Arteta. And I hope that they are, calling Shaka who plays there now, Shaka, and be like, hey, can you, send this kid a message, tell him that we're looking out so he can deliver and do his best so we can look at him, because I think that in coming years, he will be a £100 million striker. If he isn't already, with the way the inflation of the transfer market is, I think this kid should be looked at properly. So his stats, he's played 7 games this season. He scored 7 goals. That's a goal a game. And he's also assisted 2 games. He has 2 assists in those 7 games. And he's only 22 years old. I'm telling you, this kid is special. And I hope, obviously, I know Victor Osimhen will be the starting forward, but I hope he gets a decent opportunity. I would like to see Victor Osimhen start against Saudi Arabia and Victor Boniface start against Mozambique, just to give them the reps, Terry Murphy, another boy that I want to talk about, another number 9 that we have. He used to play for Lorient. Lorient, he did very well. And then in January, he left to Nice. And he also did well. Had a very good season last season. And yeah, he's also, when I say we're spoiled with so many options, I mean it. We have so many good number 9s out there. He has the same stature as Boniface and Osimhen. The big, powerful frame, very strong player. And he's also skillful as well. Maybe not as clinical as Osimhen and Boniface. Let's take a look at his stats. So he's a 24-year-old, and he plays for Nice. And this season, he's played 8 games, 3 goals, and 4 assists. 3 games, 2. I need to get my eyes checked. 3 goals and 2 assists this season. So, yeah, not as clinical. Not this season. He's not as clinical as Victor Osimhen or Boniface. But I would like to see him get a chance. I would like to see him maybe get a substitute appearance in both games, to be honest. But I want us to focus more on the Osimhens. Well, not too much on the Osimhens, but I really need to see Boniface. I want to give this guy the most opportunity he can get to showcase his talent in that green and white. Rep the Super Eagles. Come on, boys. Soar. Yeah, I'm very excited for these games because I want to see these boys show that they actually want to get the stats in place. We have so many options. I don't think we can take every single one of them to the AFCON. So I know the coaches are looking, and I need these players to show that they actually want the place. They have to earn the right to be in that team come January. That's my review, guys. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what you think. If you're not Nigerian, tell me what you think about these players. If you've heard of them, what you like about them. Or if you've not heard of them, tell me that you would. Check them out. Yeah, guys. Peace and love. God bless.